Are you listening? Damn.
Welcome to Fermented Reality Beercast, episode 9, March 15th, 2021.
You had to look at the calendar.
I did have to look at the calendar. That's Charlotte Daniels.
Charlet.
We got Tim Johnson.
From the French region.
Denny. Kris. Beer Baron. Here for your beer-loving pleasure.
Is that going to be your new Twitter handle?
I don't know. It could be.
Is it available?
We could make it if we wanted to. What, the Beer Baron? I very highly doubt that. I can't imagine.
He's looking it up right now.
No, I'm not. I don't need a Twitter handle. That's for sure.
Oh, somebody already has it.
But he has
All
it.
right. What are you drinking, Kris?
So today I'm drinking a little bit of Adroit. I'm drinking some Adroit Theory beers.
That I got from Tavor.
That did, yeah, come from Tavor.
Postage, mail-in craft beer.
From all the way in Vint Hill, Virginia. I was drinking the Abandon All Hope.
Oh, my.
That's what he's doing for any
that's
bottle
strong.
shop within 20 miles of his house. Abandoning all hope.
Abandon All Hope.
Poor bottle shops.
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
Although he doesn't really have any, if it makes you feel any better.
Focus now.
He doesn't. That's why he gets to pass on it. That's why he gets
I
to
used
pass
to,
on it.
but you know.
That's why he gets to pass on it. Well,
What
listen,
is
we
this?
appreciate you holding it down.
Imperial IPA.
What's the style? Hazy Imperial?
Hazy Imperial IPA. Double dry hopped with some Vic Secret.
Gotta love that.
Mosaic, Azaka, El Dorado, and Moturi. Is that how you say it?
Motueka?
Hey, Charlie, it's your motori.
Oh,
Yeah. So, what
Oh,
about
the
you?
best.
What about you, Denny? What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm getting tired of IPAs.
Pilsner.
Whoa!
how
Lager.
dare you?
So I grabbed this beer that was the 30th anniversary amber from New Belgium. I get home, I pour into a glass, I start to drink it. I'm like, whoa, this is a pretty good IPA. It's actually an amber IPA.
Oh, of course it is.
It's a wild ride.
Wild ride.
Mr.
yeah.
Toad?
So it's 30 years of New Belgium, and whether you like New Belgium or not, whether you appreciate the fact that they sold out or not, doesn't matter. They've been around for 30 years, and they are some people's favorite brewery.
So
I enjoy their stuff, and I couldn't pass up celebrating their 30th anniversary with this amber IPA.
So, Denny, would you go to far as say is it's old Belgium now? I mean, they are
Well,
they are celebrating their 30th anniversary.
It is 30th, yeah.
They're really
How dare
holding on
you.
to that new marketing.
Well, it's,
Maybe they should just go to Belgium, and then go to old Belgium.
Old Belgium is in Belgium. They'll just go to it's Belgium now.
It's Belgium. It's not New Belgium.
It's
just Belgium.
Just Belgium.
Belgium.
Not
Yeah.
Belgium. It's just Belgium.
And then later on, they got always old Belgium in their pocket. Then they go to old Belgium.
So what I thought this was I thought when I saw this 30th anniversary amber ale, which is not really an amber ale, it's IPA, but I thought, wow, I wonder if they took the Fat Tire, amber ale, and they did something special to it to make it,
Good.
special for 30th anniversary. So I was upset that it wasn't that, but I was also pleased because, like as I mentioned before, I'm getting kind of tired of IPAs. They're getting old. They all taste the same, but this one doesn't taste like your everyday IPA. It's not a hazy. It's not a strictly West Coast. It's got a nice tropical citrus fruity hop character to it with a nice bitter finish and has some toasty notes of the malt in there. Almost a little bit nutty, but not quite too nutty, but just like that roasted, like not really roasted, but toasted bread.
You ever have nugget nectar from
Trogs.
Trogs?
No, I haven't had nugget nectar. It's one of the ones
Imperial Amber IPA
is it?
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of what I think that beer might be, what you're drinking, but I don't is it really copper? Is it really like
Yeah. It's kind of light. It's
how
it's-
IPA-y?
It's an IPA. You can tell it's an IPA.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's not. It's not pretending to be something it's not. It's just that it's an IPA that has character, and not just an everyday IPA, which I like.
No, that's neat.
From New Old Belgium.
From New Old Belgium.
Just Belgium.
It's
just
been
Belgium.
a wild.
It's
It's
just
been a wild
Belgium.
ride.
Just Belgium.
It's just Belgium now.
That's my new brewery I just started. It's called Just Belgium Brew.
JB.
Oh, I like it.
So Tim, what are you drinking tonight?
Water.
Tim's on the wagon. Tim's on the wagon.
I'm on
Tim's
a-
drinking
I'm on-
water and Benadryl.
Yeah, Benadryl, water, and
Tim's
Stop his
actually dialing in
video.
from Jupiter
Cream.
Jupiter Medical Center right now.
Got any more of that water?
The retirement center.
Yeah, my
He's
camera's
at
not going to quite show my
Medical
skin well
Center.
enough.
He's got his IV on. if
I'm
he
pretty
can't.
sure I'm allergic to alcohol, and it's really hitting me hard.
So
It's,
did you have a bender or something that like put you over the edge to get you this
no,
way? Or?
no?
Yes, it's
it-
called 2020.
Yeah,
Called
yeah,
Super
that's
Bowl.
it, yeah,
Dumpster
Super Bowl
fire.
2020.
Dumpster
It all
bowl.
kind of came to an end there. But yeah, no, I was coming home from that Super Bowl trip and was itching really bad. Thought it was normal to have chapped lips. No, not for 2 months. Yeah, it turned out I have eczema, so my skin's been breaking out, and I don't know what's causing it, but I'm starting to really feel like it's alcohol because every time I drink, I start breaking out. And
And I
It's
want
like
you all to
gross.
understand this is like Tim losing a superpower. Okay. This is like
Yeah.
I was explaining
Yeah,
it
Tanky
today. This
Tim.
is like Thor not being able to pick up the hammer or
Yeah.
Spidey with no web.
it's
Like, this is a
painful.
problem.
It's very
It-
painful.
Yeah, it's like his tank got filled with concrete. No more.
Yes.
You can't feel it anymore.
He's dealing with the loss of a superpower right
Yeah.
now.
Sorry, Tim.
So maybe we'll have to
Well.
have a funeral
Cheers to
at
you,
some
buddy.
point in one of the future shows
I might look like
Tim's-
I'm looking at something I'm not. I'm just kind of staring into
for
the
Tim's
distance.
craft beer
Tim's just sad.
experience. We can have a funeral for it. I'm already wearing black. I mean,
Tim,
and
That's what's up.
You're
Tim, I'll
already
get you
mourning
an
for me.
NS.
yeah,
seltzer.
Chris,
Everyone except Tim is wearing black.
Everyone except Tim is wearing black right now.
But he's actually
we
so
can just
red.
go ahead and have the funeral right now.
He's so red that he's
Let's just go
actually
ahead.
not
Who's
wearing
gonna
a shirt.
preside? Who's presiding over Tim's
I-
craft beer funeral? I
Maybe
think
you
it
should-
should be Joel.
If he takes off his shirt, will his skin be black or will it be?
Is he? Well, listen, Joel is the beer baron. So if anyone has got to, say something at someone's craft beer funeral, it would be Joel. The
He's
beer
gonna need a
baron.
crown and a scepter, though.
That's right.
This worked out pretty well. I didn't.
me or Tim?
You.
No, here's what I was thinking. Wait.
That's
we
like
all wore
El-
black, but
Oh, I got
nobody
it.
planned it.
Fucking ad.
That's right. No one planned it.
Thank you.
Nobody planned it.
Here, wait.
Now Tim's drinking vodka and lemonade. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the alcohol. First, he's starting with he thinks it's hops.
I don't
I
know.
can't hear it, Joel.
Are you playing something, Joel?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, the death song.
It's for Timmy. Poor Tim.
It was a good experience.
Tim sulked away.
Tim's craft beer experience.
Short-lived.
It
Where'd
was
he go?
short-lived, but it had the best.
wait, here he
goals.
comes, here
It
he comes.
Strived.
Here he comes.
It strived for greatness. It's not just the way up the mountain. It's also the way down the mountain. You gotta make it both ways, and unfortunately, his craft beer experience didn't do that.
Oh, man.
God bless it.
All right.
It's the death spiral.
I like how Joel sounds like he's also laughing, but he's also crying at the same time. Like sounds like a mother at
No.
a funeral.
No, I'm legit crying right now.
Well, as,
All right, well, good.
As
Tim,
you dry up
Tim
your
put black
tears.
on too. He changed
Yeah,
his
I
shirt.
did.
So
I
that's what he
did.
did.
I should have
He
put on
went
a
to do a
white
wardrobe
dress
change.
shirt.
The
but-
funeral.
Yeah, I should have put on a suit. You know.
Do you have
came
any
back out
words
here.
to say? Do you have any final words to say about your craft beer experience?
How was it? It was about 3 months long.
It's like
You
a
know what?
comet.
I would say
Oh,
it was
yeah.
short-lived. It was short-lived, but I will say that I got to experience a lot more beer than the average person, so that was good.
You did.
Yeah.
It's a lot of history in a short period of time. Put it that way.
Don't worry, Tim. I think it's the oxygen you're breathing. It's not the beer.
Man,
It's
that would
gotta
be a
be,
relief.
I don't know.
That'd be a huge
Dr.
relief.
Bigum over there.
In all seriousness, who the hell knows what it is, man? You're gonna have to do like selective. You're gonna have to cut
Elimination
everything out of
diet.
your life. Yeah, you're gonna have to do elimination
Yeah,
diet.
it could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm doing. That's why I'm getting worried. It might be alcohol.
I've seen that thing for Everly Well. Maybe you should try that shit.
Although on a good note, I did quit vaping. Hey, wish I had the
What?
clapping thing for the.
You did?
Yeah.
You're not vaping tobacco anymore,
I haven't vaped since Super Bowl weekend.
dude. The
Yeah.
crackle lung was.
Been what? I don't know how many. It's been how many weeks has it been now? It's been like quite a while.
Been
I mean,
4.
Super Bowl was
Yeah.
on the 7th.
for you,
Love
man.
it.
He's saying that because now he knows that vaping isn't the reason, so he'll be back vaping. In
yeah,
5
really.
days.
It's probably why I'm breaking.
Like,
out
it's not vaping. I still got
stress-related
the
eczema.
My
fucking
body's
heat,
detoxing.
so it's got to be something else. Let me go back to vaping.
All right, Joel, what's in your giant freaking Stein over there?
Prost
I-
Malone.
This is Barry House plucking pills. I
Mm.
can't stop drinking it. It's on draft here too at the Biergarten. Tap 20.
Tap number 20.
No, wait, 21? 20? 20.
21?
I think Graffiti Orange is 19 and this is 20. This beer is
How do you not have all your taps memorized? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
This is ridiculous.
because I don't I'm not
they
I'm not behind
change.
the bar and they change a lot. It's
No
hard
one
to
change.
well
Just look at the screen.
Graffiti
What
Orange
number?
doesn't change. In all honesty, I should know Graffiti Orange, and I'm 99% sure it's 19. So that makes Barry House 20. In any event, Barry House Plucking Pills is a gold medal winning German style Pilsner. It is fucking delicious. I mean,
It's
there's
plucking
no doubt about that.
delicious.
It's really good. Those guys are
I was waiting for that.
Mm-hmm.
running on all cylinders over there.
They
And
are.
let's see. Did we leave anybody out? Charlet, you tell us what.
Charlet,
What's in the bag?
I am
What's in the bag? That should be
featuring
a new topic
the
section.
usual Sierra Nevada hazy.
Oh, you go visit Babu?
Oh, the baboon, very good. Yes. Hazy back in cooler.
Oh, Charlotte, I have your beer. It is in the cooler. I ordered extra.
He gave me 2 bags tonight.
Oh, too bad. Too bad to can.
I'm in on the
I
in
don't
crowd.
want to get pulled over.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Babu. They were slinging some pizzas. Like I said, it's very busy here. Height of season.
What's going on? What's the season? is it?
Spring break.
Well, yeah, there's
Oh.
spring break happening, and specifically over here, the Honda Classic. It's a golf tournament. Happens this coming weekend.
Well,
Which
it's spring break too, Denny. Like the local schools are out.
and the local
Oh.
schools are out.
Oh,
So-
Just
Just
the
do
travelers
four ahead of
coming
ourselves.
in,
You were
but-
at the gas station and
For
said
a
you were
Monday
selling
night.
pizza?
What's that?
I said you were at the gas station and they were selling pizza.
Oh yeah, Willie's. Yeah,
Oh.
Fast Willie's.
Ooh, Willie's pizza. Ooh.
Fast Willie's gas station pizza at the Shell.
That's nasty.
Somebody put on Jupiter Locals. They were like, "Do you know Fast Willie's?" And I commented, I was like, "If you eat at Fast Willie's, you're immune to COVID-19."
I mean that guy.
I got like 30 likes on that shit.
I don't think Homeboy wore a mask or wore gloves the whole thing. Dude.
Oh,
He's got a
30.
shower. He's got a shower curtain. His whole place is like a couple little pizza Bain Marie's,
But he just
and then
puts
they
a
got
shower
they
curtain
have
up,
shower curtains hanging from the ceiling, going down to the top
Like a
of the
ghost.
Bain Marie's.
shower
and he
curtain.
works
and
behind
make a
it.
Ghost.
Yeah, he used to sell it by the slice, and now he's got a sign on a pizza box that says "No slices." It's inside of a pizza box.
Just put some in my hand for a dime.
Hmm.
It's crazy over.
Let me get
Fast
one
Willie's.
rib.
Yeah, but he slings them out of there. People come from the beach, right across the street, and obviously it's a good place to order a pie.
Sort of.
Yeah.
He never has gloves on. He makes it by hand. He never has gloves on. I saw it tonight. The guy's fucking throwing pepperonis on. He's got no fucking gloves.
It's
like,
going
bro,
in a 500-degree oven. What do you want?
no, it's not. It's not. It's going in some bullshit pizza oven, some Turbo Chef he's got
Uh-huh.
back there.
So
It's
that-
not
that-
even that good.
That'll
Better
get
push
plenty
that.
hot. It just has to get over 165 degrees and it kills everything.
Either way, man. I mean, he's like fingering it, and I don't like it. I mean, he could wear gloves.
Why? It's going into a hot oven.
Yeah, but the thing is, he ain't wearing those gloves when it comes out of the oven. He ain't wearing it the whole time he goes to the bathroom.
He goes to the bathroom when he
washes his
scratches his
hands.
nuts. He comes out, takes your
There's a
fucking
lot of-
pizza, puts it in a box. He ain't wear gloves then either.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables here. It's just not just the one process.
I think you should
of it
start with
not wearing
that.
gloves.
When he
It's the
goes in
whole
the
thing.
back and does a fucking line off of the back of the toilet, he's not wearing gloves that time either. Oh, cut that. That's
Oh
that's
no,
too
no,
rough.
no, no,
No, that one you
No.
want cut. Everything else is balls. All
Yeah.
that shit's okay, but doing the line off the toilet.
You're fingering
That crossed the
pizzas
line.
away with your
Not
balls.
that I know
That's
anything. Not that I know
nasty.
anything about that. Or
No,
really
no
that.
talking about doing lines of blow off the back of a toilet lid.
Any resemblance to actual reality is by mistake. There's nothing on purpose. Here.
This is all based
These
on
do not-
fictional characters
it's
too, by
all
the way.
based on fiction. Does not
Yeah.
depict real events.
Yeah, we need that South Park intro. Whatever that is.
These are fictionalized.
Oh, by the way, I did
Speaking of
watch
South Park,
the.
yeah.
I
Did you watch it?
Oh my
I
god,
watched,
I watched
it too.
Oh,
really
yeah.
good. It's really
was
good.
really
Those guys,
good.
those guys are like they're so on it.
So,
It's
what was
great.
your favorite part about it? Would you say?
My favorite part was when the interaction of the artist, and he was screwing with him and changing his what he looked like and head on his all that stuff going on. Then they went sideways, so you saw like the 1D.
I thought that
version of
was
it.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty interesting and cool. And
What did
and
that mean though? That just means that they're
It
animated.
was just showing that. So he was talking about that
Wait, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I'm talking about the vaccine special.
no, I
There's
No,
bro,
that one
in like
sucked. The other one, the new
oh,
one's
I'm talking
good.
about the vaccine episode.
Oh wait, the vaccine. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
in the
at the
middle of the
end- towards
episode,
the
Dan,
end.
there was this goofy like what was the first effect?
I must have fell
Denny?
asleep for that.
There was the first effect, and then it went like from the side, and it showed like the
Yes.
layers of.
It's showing. Yeah, it
time
was
space
showing
or
that
something. It was crazy. It was like-
that everyone's being controlled by someone higher than them, and so who's controlling South Park is the artists,
Oh, I see.
the creators. So that's when he was doing all the mixing and showing them that,
see.
hey, I'm not in control. And then all of a sudden he went from like a 2D to a 1D,
Uh
where all you see is the edges, right? Because
huh.
here you can see the plane of surface. You turn to the edge. Now they're just lines, right? That's all
Right.
South
Edge of the
Park is
paper.
like paper stacked on top, right? They're
Right.
not real 3D. So when you turn them sideways, all you see is
Yeah, what are you
the
taking?
flat lines.
It was neat. It was a cool episode.
Yeah.
I like how Garrison, the
Oh.
evolution of the Garrison character. And by the way, he encapsulated it all in like one sentence in the episode.
Good.
What do you mean? I was mistaken about my sexuality, and then I thought I was a woman, and then I thought I was a man, and then I became the president of the United States. I mean, what's wrong with that? Now I want to be a teacher again.
Okay.
No, that's Mackie.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr.
Mackie.
Mackie.
Mr.
Oh,
Mackey,
Mr.
I'm good.
Listen,
Drugs are bad.
I thought the
Mr.
funniest part was
Mr.
the
Garrison, I
old
don't know
people.
why
All
you
the old
think you-
people got the vaccine, and they were like, "Fuck
Partying.
that! I'm getting some beer and some pussy."
Yeah.
No, but
that
okay,
was
here's my
funny,
favorite.
too.
Here was
That
my
was
favorite
funny.
when they finally said to the old people, "No, the clubs are all ours now because we all have our vaccines. So now you guys go back to the old people's home, right?" They're like watching them go single file into the old people's home. It was so fucked up. Those guys go over the top every single time.
So this wasn't actually aired on Comedy Central, was it?
I don't know.
Because
How
I mean,
did
I
you guys
on
watch it?
HBO.
Oh,
But I mean,
Oh
you
no, I
can't-
watched it on comedy. I watched it live on Comedy Central the night it aired. I mean, I know it's on HBO Max, but I watched it live.
So
like,
so
the
they
night it
they
went
showed
out.
they showed what's this Mr. White
Yes, they show
Turning into a-
everything.
turning into a penis and
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That-
Mr.
that could be on
Service.
TV.
It's
Yeah,
a
Mr.
it's a
Service.
cartoon.
Mr. Service, come over here, please, Mr. Service.
I thought that was a little much, but
Like they did it.
Well,
they
yeah,
did
I
an
mean, he
episode
didn't need to
years
turn
ago,
into a big
man.
limp dick. Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
necessary, but they did it for a fact. That's how they work.
okay.
It was a
But
huge
I mean,
limp
this is the
dick
same
too.
show that years ago when Mr. Mackey switched over his gender and became a woman, and they showed him like scissoring his girlfriend,
God.
who was also a man who transitioned.
wait.
And I mean,
Mr.
like the whole
Mackey or
thing-
Mr. Garrison?
No, Mr.
Mr.
Garrison.
Garrison, I meant.
Okay.
Mr. Garrison. Yeah, I got those mixed up.
Oh,
That was-
scissor me, Xerxes.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. That's exactly it. That was the most disgusting
Scissor
thing I've
me.
ever seen on TV. And that was like 3-4 years ago. I mean,
Oh, I
mean,
believe that
and
was
the,
longer than that.
yeah, maybe.
the,
Yeah, probably.
Quarantine special. The dude was with Mickey Mouse. He was fucking like a skunk or whatever that shit
Yeah.
was. What was that? I mean, that was some
Porcupine or
fucking
some shit,
demented shit right there.
Those,
Yeah, that was yeah.
there's usually
was with
10%
Mickey
of the
Mouse.
episode that I'm always like,
With Mickey Mouse on LSD, I think it was. Honestly, yeah, it was.
oh, hey guys, I'm on LSD.
It was legit like that.
I
All right, so that's what I'm drinking. Tim's not drinking. We went around the horn. We're done.
Mhm,
That's
we're
what's
done.
popping.
Well, and then we went to quarantine.
That's what's popping.
That's
Quit
what's popping.
quarantine. COVID's over.
Yeah.
Bro. Over here, I think it is over. Honestly, I mean, it's been
COVID's
over the
over.
whole time, but now it's like, oh, Denny, you've seen the shit show on
No, I
television
see
about
it.
Florida,
I
right?
see-
Like,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Trump
I'm
was
being
right. It's
facetious.
gone before Easter. He was just a year off.
Oh man. So yeah, it's basically over here and legit. I mean, listen, Biden said July 4, Independence Day. He's trying to tie Independence Day to
You
our
can have
independence
small
from,
gatherings.
our independence from the vaccine.
There's
Or
a
from
small
our-
gathering
six
going
or
on
less.
downstairs at the sushi restaurant. One row down below my office right now.
Less than 250 people.
It's popping off down
Yeah,
there.
in Florida, it's less than 2,500.
In Florida, you cannot get COVID if you're sitting down.
Yeah.
First
Yes.
of all, that's the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
rule.
No,
If you're seated in a restaurant, you
You
can't get
cannot
COVID.
get COVID.
immediately cured.
Before 9 p.m., no COVID.
No COVID before 9.
No COVID before.
Yeah, but
9.
after 9 p.m., if you're standing up, it doesn't exist either.
After
You can
9
gather.
PM.
Yeah,
No,
once,
it's after 9, right?
only on weekends.
Standing on weekends after 3 beers and COVID is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Or
it's true.
or you
These are the
walk
rules.
anywhere in Ybor.
Anywhere in Ybor, it's a
Anywhere.
safe zone.
Mm-hmm. That's why there's so many people there all the time.
Oh, let me tell you,
Incaster
I drove to
said
Inverness.
so.
In Inverness, there's definitely no COVID in Inverness because
Mm-mm.
everybody, dude, I was in a convenience store and I was the only one wearing a mask.
I went to
We-
Del Rey. I wore a mask, and everyone looked at me like I was out of place.
We
These
went.
people were like, "What the fuck is this guy
Yeah,
doing?"
what is that
with a
guy
mask?
wearing a mask? He must be
He's a
from up north.
faggot. What's wrong with him? And I'm like, Jesus, that was rude.
He must be from New York.
Same at we went camping in Keystone Heights, just outside of Ocala, and we went to the world's best Ace Hardware to go get some stuff. You could rent tuxes there.
World's
Just saying.
best Ace Hardware. Is that like a? What
It
mean
wasn't-
best? Did you say? Are you saying it's the best, or they say
I
that
mean,
they had?
No, I'm
You're
saying
saying-
it's the best.
Oh,
You can get
could
you
rent
can get
a
a tux
You can rent tuxes. You can get
or
all
a
your
jackhammer
hardware
if you need one.
needs, right? You can buy chickens. You can
Chickens
find a woman.
and
and feed.
and no one in there wears masks.
No one.
They got, like,
COVID
a
doesn't
farmers only
exist
portal.
at Ace Hardware.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't believe in that.
they sprayed WD-40 in the air every 30 minutes. It helps to disinfect everything.
What
They've got
is
those- they've
what's
got those
going on
aerosol
out by you,
dispensers.
Denny? What's the report in from your neck of the woods?
So we had.
Where does he live, Dan?
It's Idaho.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes, Idaho.
Iowa.
Boise.
Boise. That's right. So we went through a good spurt where our daily numbers were down like to about 300 a day for a week. We had 0 deaths in like 7 days. And then on the 7th day, we had 7 deaths. So it equals out to 1 death a day, I guess, from COVID. So, but we were doing good, but now we're starting to see a spike go back up because the weather has been very nice here for
Yeah, no one gives a shit anymore.
for right now. So when that happens, we're getting together. I've gone to the breweries 3-4 times in the since we last podcast with
Yeah.
Joel, because the weather's nice. We're outside. We're drinking. We're having small gatherings. So I think more of that's going on, and so our numbers are starting to climb back up again. We are getting a lot of vaccinations.
Yeah.
They've
Herd
lowered it
immunity.
now to 45 and above are eligible, and I guess I heard today that by May 1st everyone will be able to get the vaccine.
That's
Will
it.
be eligible, right?
Nationwide.
Nationwide. So that's good news. So people that want to get it should be able to get it if it's available. Right now, I mean, I could get it through work because I'm an essential worker in manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
but I just haven't.
Semiconductors are very important. I heard.
Yeah, it is because there's a low amount of them, and
Yes.
they need to.
They
pump
got
them
you
out.
in there like fucking elves.
Yeah,
On December
Like the
22nd.
the Keebler elves, putting the
They're
frosting
like-
on.
The Keebler elves at that.
Put that shit together quick.
Making fucking chocolate
Double
cookies
time.
over there.
Overtime. Double time. Who cares? Just keep
So-
making them.
And make sure those stripes are spaced apart. on
That's
the
right.
cookie.
You gotta have the right spacing, critical dimensions, right there.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I can call it's hard. It's still hard to get an appointment, but we have all three. We have the two, the Pfizer, the Moderna, and now we have the Johnson & Johnson available to us. And I'm going to probably get the Johnson & Johnson is what I decide I'm going to go with.
How's come?
Because it's one shot and it's basically just as effective as the other two, but after the 2 months, it's the same effectivity, and it still protects you from the major severe effects of COVID, even in the first 30 days. So all the numbers you see are kind of, you have to look at the real data, not just the stuff that the media throws out there, because sure enough, for the first 60 days or 30 days, the Johnson & Johnson is 66% effective across all the different things, but you're 100% protected from the severe, stuff. And that's
listen, I follow very credible news sources,
like
which
OAM.
include two, number one, The Onion, and number two, Babylon Lee. So,
okay.
And they both say that
that's what I see as far as media. When we say quote unquote media, that's what I'd be referring
So you follow
to.
the good media, though. That's
Yes.
the credible stuff.
the Onion's the best.
Onion is the best. It's probably more
really is.
reliable than any other news source out there.
It's so reliable that sometimes it's like right in arrears, right? Like it's like 5 years later and somebody links you that article. And you're like, oh my God, look, the Onion did it. It's like when they said the Simpsons did it first. Sometimes the Onion actually did it first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Truth
I
is
believe in
stranger
it.
than fiction.
It's late breaking, always very right on topic, and delivering some real true,
Late
accurate
breaking.
information. Yeah.
An alternate truth for me.
Wait, Tim, you're
Tim,
muted.
you're on mute. I can see your little icon.
Are you hot?
He's been talking away.
I am. I know my wife got her first shot tonight, actually, and my dad, he had the Pfizer shot, and he said the second shot made him so fucking sick, dude. Like he said his bones ached, like every part of his body hurt for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Can I go on an airplane after that?
Yeah, I think so. He's like, give it
2 days sounds
give
great.
it to me. Yeah. Well, you already had it, right?
I had it, but still I'm gonna get the vaccine.
But it
Because
wasn't.
they haven't proven.
How sick were you though? Like,
Well, I wasn't that sick.
yeah.
I was down for a day or two, maybe. Small
Yeah.
fever, slight cough.
Lethargic.
Honestly, I've had worse upper, sinus infections and shit than that. But it affects everyone differently.
Yep.
What blood type are you? You don't know?
IDK.
You should know what blood type you are.
I know I should. I know.
I mean,
Listen, they can find out real quick. Right?
Yeah, I don't-
It's easy.
I don't know if there is any
My
I
blood
don't know
type
if
is
there's-
tiger blood.
tiger blood. Oh yeah.
Aw. Charlie Sheen's still around?
That's what
He's
it should
still
be.
alive
Charlie
somehow.
He's on the cocktail now. He's on the HIV cocktail. So,
Is he really?
yeah.
But-
Didn't they
but
cure that
rumor-
shit? Go ahead.
rumors
Yeah,
are-
if you have no virus load, you can't transmit the virus.
Oh.
Ask Magic.
But rumors are that A type bloods are more severe at the symptoms and stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what has been spread
interesting.
around. And
What blood type would that be?
A
A.
negative or A positive?
A blood type.
Yeah.
Which blood type? Who's on first?
And supposedly, like I think O is like the least, like the more, least effects of the COVID. So maybe you have O, Joel.
I don't know. What I had heard was
What I heard?
it was more to do with vitamin C and vitamin D, your overall immune system and health, generally speaking.
What I heard, you gotta have some of that vitamin D up in you.
More so, the vitamin C and vitamin D quotient is kind of the most important thing.
A, B, D, C, elemental P. Get all the
Spell
vitamins.
red.
Just right up in you. Spell red. How much for one red?
I think I need about 350.
Tree.
There
Wow.
he is.
Tim had his dog on, so here.
Yeah.
This guy's, he's going to be so
Oh.
mad at me. in a little bit.
Oh, there he is.
D-O double G.
Oh, I'm going to be so
No,
mad.
Ludo's
No.
face.
I'm going to be here forever. Never leaving. This is terrible.
He makes me sleep in this office, guys.
You're a good boy. All right, go lay down. Go lay down.
Oh, I see how it is. You give him lovins and go the hell away from me.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
no,
outta
he
here.
came over to me. I leave him alone, and then when he comes over to me, I wanted to show him to the camera. I think he's, I was eating pistachios. He's very food driven, so maybe it was the pistachios.
Or he has to go piss.
That's why I took him out
Oh.
40 minutes ago. I mean, this guy's like telling you, it's like, go lay down time. Go lay down. See you. Go lay down.
Bye.
For serious. Thank you. Bing, bang, boom.
And look at that. We're done.
Well-behaved dog. Hey, sit. What is it? Where do I get my dog trained, Chris?
At sit means sit.
What's the
Sit means
website?
sit dog training. Tampa.sitmeansit.com.
There you have it. There you have it. Get your doggo trained.
If you want to get your shit to sit, call it.
And not
It's
shit
legit.
on your couch.
It's legit.
It's been busy in there. We're booked out till
Been
8.
busy. A lot of sitting going on.
All right. So, what about? Where's my?
We need to go to a little Tampa Bay Beer Week recap. From
Oh
the Beer
yeah,
Baron.
Oh yeah, it's beer week.
was.
Oh my
Beer Week
gosh,
in
it
Tampa.
was
Was.
Beer Week.
We need the. I would say it was. I heard it's the
Oh, it's skipping.
word on the street was it was a very mellow week, very subdued.
It was beyond subdued.
Hmm.
It was
It is
some.
beyond
It was some dude. It didn't even go to subdued. It was some dude.
Some dude was pouring beer on the street.
Some dude.
We could all tell. I think every business owner could tell. It was the season for just don't fucking plan anything. If you do make it like one event, Dan noticed it too. A lot of beer dinners. It wasn't full of in-person
Control
giant
the
events.
crowd. Control the crowd.
Whatever they can do to control the crowd. We had one event that was basically we just tapped a bunch of Florida beers, and I actually shouldn't make light of it. It was a really good event, all Florida beers.
Mhm.
I had 39 taps of Florida beers with 37 Florida breweries represented. It was pretty legit. I do not know how many people came out specifically for that because we didn't have any kind of counter. I do know that those beers did well. I was really happy to have them. I think that Beer Week next year is going to be. I told Dan like we're bringing it next year. Shit's going to be off the hook.
Did you market that you had that event?
Sort of. I did not.
You got to remember, Denny,
Boost.
this is the year to not talk about the crowds that you have.
Mm.
And I didn't boost post any. We made an event.
You cannot emphasize the fact that you are emphasizing people to congregate, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're
I
like, you're like
understand.
doing it, and then you're like, "Hey, don't come," but I'm having a bunch of shit going on.
No, but you don't have to. Yeah,
Swing by if you want to, but don't bring too many friends.
I mean, okay. So Joe, I just want to say you did an incredible thing, right? You put nearly 40 taps of Florida beers from almost 40 breweries on tap at one time during Tampa Craft Beer Week, which is something that's not easy to do.
No,
And so I'm
No,
just
it
saying
was
that
a
don't-
huge pain in the ass, by the way.
don't have everyone come at one like 2-hour block, but if you could have marketed it so that, hey, on this day, come by, open from here to here, we're gonna have 40 Florida beers on.
I mean
Well,
that's
we
what
had
I
it
did,
all
though.
weekend, right, Joel? We had it
Well,
all
we
weekend.
started. Excuse me. The event was published as being started on Friday.
Until the kegs blew.
Until the kegs blew, I knew that some stuff was going to blow quickly because we didn't get a lot of certain things from certain people, and that's fine. And they blew fast, so I knew that was going to be the case.
That's what I prefer.
Yeah, and I do too. Right? Like, just keep it moving.
yeah.
But it was good, man. It was a good event, regardless.
Chris,
I mean,
you prefer the leakage to be light?
no, it's the whole turning.
Turning different things?
He wants the taps to turn, just like every.
Yes, that's exactly what I
This
want.
is why I do
I
this
want
because
one
the
keg and then another and then another, and that's all on just one tap.
craft beer guys want the next. What's next? What's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
I know I have 3 of
All
these
the
in my
time.
cooler, but what else can I go buy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that's true. I mean, that's the reason why I go out to venues is so I can see what's new. I can buy the stuff that I can get every day at the store, but I go to the venue so I can get the new stuff that they're putting out. So of course, but I don't know. It seemed like a lot of work if you're trying to minimize the crowd that you get, but you did have it over the weekend. So I guess that works out pretty well. I say, hey, I have these 40 starting on Friday. When they blow, they're gone. Come get them while you can. And
Yeah,
Well,
and
the hard part
other
is-
stuff went on behind that stuff that blew, so it wasn't like we didn't have taps.
yeah,
You know, just our normal stuff went back on, and
yeah.
or other things that we had, and
So-
just move
so-
forward from there.
How many of your normal taps are like constantly rotating through new stuff that you've never had on before?
About half.
Half
Yeah.
of them are rotating through new stuff that's brand
About
new
half.
coming out.
I
and then the other
will
half is
say I
tape.
rotate almost every tap, but I don't rotate the long lines as nearly as often as I do the short lines. The
Oh,
IPA long lines, which is taps 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way through, I think it's 13. They're all IPAs. Most of those rotate more frequently than the other long lines, but generally speaking, I would say at any point in time, I have 15 lines, 20 lines with the next when that keg blows, the next one's up. You know, or when those kegs blow, if I bought, you know, sometimes I buy 6 halves of Angry Chair Space Grass, and that takes.
where are your
a week or
kegs
2.
located?
We have 2 coolers. There's a main cooler where
Are
we
they
serve
underground?
from. No, they're not. There's no underground in Florida. The quick
Oh.
lesson on Florida is you can't go underground, so everything's above ground. But
Okay.
we have the lines do go underground, if that's what you mean.
No, I mean
the service.
Like
we
I
have-
saw your space, and it's just all your space is an open, like bar, right?
Yeah, no walls.
There's no wall. So when I see your space, I'm like, okay, where's the beer at? So when you say long lines, I'm trying to think, oh, how long are these long lines?
About
are
100
they going 100 feet? Oh,
Which is nothing, by the way. You know, Denny, that does sound like a lot. And the casino around here has 1,000-foot lines.
Well, no, because they're not
Who's doing
storing
audio?
their
Is that
beer
Tim?
right at the
all right,
at the
that sounds
spot.
good.
But
If your line is long, then your beer is strong.
I'm not used to that kind of like the lines here in most of the venues besides the Yard House, which I don't
Yeah.
go drink the Yard House because their lines are way too long and the beer is stale and not cold and flat
Right.
and everything else. But they're pretty short. I mean, because the coolers are usually right behind where the taps
Yes.
are really
Yes.
close. So that's why I was wondering if you maybe had like a cellar underneath the bar where they're just coming right up to the
The
That's-
long line thing is awesome, Denny. There's this concept of using glycol in the middle of the line, which is a liquid that you can keep freezing cold and keep it
Mhm.
circulating.
Mhm.
So it keeps the beer inside the line really cold. And what I learned was it actually stabilizes the beer too, because you wind up using a blend, a beer gas blend of nitro and CO2 on the long line.
Mhm.
Those two things together help to stabilize the beer that comes out of your faucet, where I thought it was going to be more turbulent, more problematic. It's less turbulent, less problematic. And the real geeky thing, I'll tell you what, since you're an engineer kind of guy, the super geek thing is, if I'm coming from here and I'm going to here, I can't really do like a square up and down. You have to have these bends, and they can only be at a certain degree, so that extends the length of the line as well, because you can't just go.
Yeah, you
point
don't
to
want to have
point.
90-degree corners. Every
No.
90-degree corner reduces the pressure that you have.
The
behind
bundle's
it.
got 24 lines in it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it's a big ass bundle, and it goes underground. It's really
Yeah.
cool. It's really
Okay.
cool. So then we have an auxiliary cooler that we wind up moving stuff from. It's kind of a staging thing, right? You stage it in the auxiliary, the overflow and auxiliary, and then as you peel out of stuff in main, you take it from aux and you move it to main, and then
Okay.
rinse and repeat.
How much beer waste do you think you have due to the line length?
Very little.
Really?
Very
'Cause
little.
I heard you mention in a previous show that sometimes you've got like foam, right? You have a foaming issue or whatever, and
It happens.
And you mentioned a certain, I don't remember which brewery it was, but you said one always foams like heavy when you put them
It
on.
was Almanac. Poor
Almanac, okay, Almanac.
I
So
wasn't picking on them too bad, but
no. But I mean, you said you always lose a lot of beer because they're, every time you tap on their kegs, there's a lot of foam. So I was
Yes.
just curious if it was due to partially because of those lines you had.
No, in fact, the long lines. Here's another cool geeky beer fact: is the FOB system, which is FOB stands for foam on beer.
Mhm.
When it senses foam, it stops and it cuts the line. Which basically, at the end of the keg, you're going to get foam. So the second it hits it, we get to go back. It stops the line. The bar back goes back and puts the new keg on. Flips the dealio around and does. There's a couple little tricks or whatever, and then you're serving from the new keg with no air bubble in the line 99% of the time. No interruption in service. I mean, I'm sorry, there's a slight interruption in service as far as time.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit.
You're not wasting beer.
But that only helps if you're putting the same beer on. What if you're putting a different beer? How do you know when you get to that beer?
We run the whole line out.
Okay, so you do.
So a lot of people don't do this. I know a guy locally, actually Steinenwein does this. He calculated how many beers in the line, and the POS system tracks. So he has like a quantity for every beer, and then he knows when it's getting low. So then he lets the service know that it's getting low, and then he's really good about tracking that, and that's a little bit different. We don't do it that way. We kind of let the whole beer run out. What it causes on the long lines is you do wind up running out a pitcher or so of foam. But that's why I don't rotate the long lines as often, right? That's why I put so many big kegs on the long line so that I don't have that problem. Because on the short line, there's none of that, right? You're pulling through foam. It's like 24 inches, 36 inches of tubing. You're pulling foam through and you're done. And the beer's cold, ready to go, ready to serve, and easy.
Well, good. Interesting. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk about all these details. So it's nice to hear how the behind the scenes stuff works.
I love it too.
I think we should do a little behind the scenes thing, and we should also do a CBC show.
CBC? Craft beer conference?
No, craft beer cellar.
No, we don't need to do that. They're gonna fail on their own. They don't need me to talk about them.
But you said that it was because it was after 2 years. You were ready. You were ready,
and it's well after 2 years. We're coming up on December would be year 3.
Dan
it's just
said,
not.
Screw it. I'm out of here.
I have my ego and my life so far out of craft beer cellar that I don't really give a shit. If somebody wants to interview me about that lady and let me, unload, I will. She's an awful human being, but whatever, right? It's like I feel bad for the franchisees who are still in it, and go visit your local craft beer cellar that's not Belmont.
Hey, okay, so there we go.
There you go. That's the lesson. Go visit craft beer cellar that's not Belmont, or their new thing, Trinktish, whatever the fuck that is. Don't look it up. Doesn't matter. Belmont sucks.
Okay. Next. We lived in Veteran Stadium.
Oh, and Dan left for this.
I know.
He's the captain of this story.
Do we have an outline? I mean, do you guys?
Well, no, we don't know. But Denny, I knew Denny was going to be confused. We talked about this before you were on.
Oh, okay.
And there's this great story, and I'm going to depend on you because you're going to be asking all the questions because I already quizzed Dan. Denny. This is an amazing story, and the best part about this story is that there's no physical proof. So it's like this guy wrote a memoir, and in the memoir he says that he had, get me right, Kris, an empty.
He had an empty concession area.
Concession stand. Thank you.
That he claims he lived
living
in,
there for 3 years. At Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
In Philadelphia.
He lived in this concession area for 3 years, and nobody knew it.
So everyone knew. So apparently everyone was in on it. And some of the players would come in and fucking hang out with him.
So look, the guy claims he was able to get his apartment when family members who worked in and around the stadium hired him to run the parking lots outside, which gave him keys to the venue, including a secret entrance.
Oh, wow.
He then refurbished a concession stand across from his office into the secret residence and held parties with Philly celebrities and fans while doing
he held parties too.
Biggest local sports fans could only dream of doing, such as drugs in the Phillies dugout. They did drugs in the Phillies dugout. Get out of here. Or roller skating around the concourse.
How do you know? Were you there?
Allegedly, no.
Allegedly.
Oh, he's
Allegedly.
back. He's back. All right.
Yeah.
Charlotte, we're talking about
Charlotte. They call
Get
me
it
Charlotte.
Get it
Charlotte.
right.
We're talking about your boy. We were trying to piece it all together. Denny's gonna have a million questions.
Tommy Garvey over here.
Talking about Tommy.
3 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So listen, Denny, the story is this guy moved furniture, and he was moving a NFL and Eagles players' furniture, and he had to move it at first thing in the morning. So he met all his buddies and they were going to stay the night in the vet in this area, this concession stand, because he didn't trust these guys would get up at 4 a.m. to meet him to go move this guy's shit. So they're laying in there, I guess, sleeping. And one of the guys in the, like, it's pitch black. And he says, you know, this would make, if you move some furniture around, this would make a great fucking like pad. Right. And he said that's where he got the idea.
Okay.
So then he had like a bed and a refrigerator with beer and a hot plate. And he lived in this place for 3 years.
That's awesome.
I mean, 3 years at the Veteran Stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about the vet, but I was telling these guys, I mean,
I don't want to live there.
What a shithole.
It's one of the worst stadiums ever. God rest
In
his
South
soul.
Philly, I mean, it's terrible. So the fact that this guy lived there for 3 years and nobody knew, he was like Tom Hanks in that movie where he lived in the
in the terminal.
In the terminal. Yeah.
That's a
He's
good one.
like
He
a-
is. He's like terminal.
hiding in plain sight. You know, that's what I kept saying. So it's very
Well,
interesting.
so Kris went through the story a little bit, and it turns out he worked there, and the suite that he refurbished was across the hall from his office, which makes even more sense. So he was already working there. What did it say? Parking?
Yeah, he was parking. Crap, where'd he go?
Whatever it was.
Yeah, the stadium hired him to run the parking lots outside, so he had keys to the venue.
So you're right, Dan. So all the employees knew him because he worked there, and they saw him there all the time. And so if they see him rollerblading on the upper deck, they don't really give a shit because he's supposed to be there in some form or fashion.
That's freaking Tom again.
Joel, it would be like you at Sparkman Wharf. Like if you were.
Yeah.
At 2 a.m.
Oh, it's just Joel again.
I was rollerblading around the property in my Speedo.
Oh, he's walking Winslow.
They asked me, oh, what's funny is I had a mattress shipped here by mistake. The security guard's like, are you putting a mattress on top of that cooler or something? And I'm like, well, it's not a bad idea. Maybe I should do that. Big little suite up there. Put a kegerator up there, and you could do all kinds. Actually, I could just put a hose through it and tap it. It's the cooler.
What kind of mattress did you get?
I got a cheapie.
A cheap mattress? Is
Yeah,
it one of
like
those ones that came in a box that that blows up?
Yeah. It's the Amazon. Well, you don't blow it up; it inflates itself.
Oh, it inflate-
like
yeah,
it's,
you
you know what I
cut
mean?
it
Like
and
it's a
Is it
ZINUS.
It's the green tea
Zinus.
one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was like
that's
$300.
what we have in our guest room. That thing's comfortable as hell.
It is absolutely for $300. It's fully acceptable. There's nothing wrong with it. I've slept on way worse mattresses than that. Way worse.
Actually, I might have the same one in my spare room too. We got it off Amazon, and same thing, like a green tea. I remember green tea.
Yep.
And
it has great reviews.
It had
and
good
I was
reviews.
reading,
and
I was I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I got it for the kids too. Because it's like these mattresses that it'll wear out in a couple of 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? It's not a 10-year mattress for sure, but as a guest mattress, it probably is a 10-year mattress because people aren't sleeping on it all the time.
Yeah, no one's. Yeah, it's not every day sleeping.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. So it was really funny though, because the security's like, the fuck is going on here? You know, there's a mattress here for you, right?
Working late. Working late.
Working
You know, my first job, I worked at this Italian restaurant. It was called Fratelli's, and it was run by three
the
Greek
family
guys.
from the Goonies.
I was gonna say it's never
Yeah.
run by Italians either.
Yeah, it was run by three Greek guys, and they lived at the restaurant. Believe it or not, they lived in the back.
Big shout out to Zinus mattresses.
Is it Zinus?
Yeah, Zinus.
Get your green tea on.
green tea memory foam mattress.
There's a
Green
full,
tea
a
memory
full
foam.
mattress, and I think it was like $297 shipped to my door. You open the thing up, you take it out, and in 24 hours, the thing is totally
The thing with the
inflated
thing.
or,
Bing.
whatever it is.
And Bing.
And bing. It's done.
And Bing. It's a mattress.
In fact, it's going to be Dan's mattress. Dan's going to be sleeping on it
Whammo. Whammo.
when he comes over.
That's right. That's right.
Next on the list.
Go ahead, Kris. What do you got for
Yeah,
us?
what is it?
No, I was hoping that was going to spark somebody else to go, oh, let me talk about this.
Well, there's the
Oh,
Coors.
Great
the
transition.
Oh, right. Thank you.
The Coors,
Coors hack.
hack break in, which
Yeah.
I just find interesting as a guy who claims to be a former technologist. Did their stock drop down because of that? Aren't they publicly, or no, they're not publicly traded. I think they're still family owned.
I don't know.
Funny enough.
I don't follow beer stocks.
The brewer behind Miller and Coors brands revealed a cybersecurity incident at the company that has
We had an
beer-making
incident.
operations.
There was an incident. And
Oh, it was a regulatory filing.
it
Interesting.
shut our shit down.
An investigation into the incident has begun, and the company said, and it's working around the clock to get its systems back
Around the
up
clock to
quickly as
crank out.
possible. Shit beer.
Make sure the mountain
Sounds
is
like
blue.
unpaid overtime.
Make sure
Need to make sure the mountain's blue.
Molson Coors makes dozens of beer. Dozens.
Look at that.
Someone shoot me now.
Oh, there you go.
Hard
CNN.
seltzer and non-alcoholic beverages.
That's what happens when you outsource your news articles.
This is from CNN Business.
Is there even like an author?
Well, no,
for this
I think it's an AP. I think it's an AP
but
article.
oh yeah, Jordan.
Oh, there he is.
Valinsky.
Jordan Valinsky.
Jordan Valinsky. We're gonna
That
light
guy's
him up
fired.
right
He needs
now.
to get his glasses
Yeah.
fixed.
Jordan.
This is the CNN article. That means there's an AP article somewhere with no information in it. I just wonder how much.
It's fake news.
Well, what I wonder what part of their operation was, right? Like what got hacked. Do you remember when we who was that? Was that Bush or who was the one that we created the virus and it was in Iran and we spun up their fucking nuclear reactors and made them all implode
No,
vis-a-vis
that
software.
that was done by the Israelis.
Was that Israelis? I
Yes.
thought that was us.
No.
You sure about that? I would have
Well,
sworn I just watched
the
something on
Israelis
this.
may not fully.
Don't question a guy with a beard like that on where he
No,
gets
no,
his
it
A
was-
guy who goes to Israel like four
was-
times a year.
I'll tell you that.
Assalamu alaikum.
that I don't think that the U.S. went over there and took care of that. I think it was Mossad intelligence officers got in and put that malware in and caused it to the
Well,
spinning
as-
thing.
aside from details aside, I like the IT angle.
Where's the
of
music?
this
What the
article.
fuck? That was a perfect
Tim.
Dude, he's teeing you up, Tim. What the fuck?
Oh, I got nothing right now.
I know.
Fucking fired. That's finally.
dun,
We get
Jesus
the fire.
Christ, I got a
here.
shitty video. I got no fucking sound deck. I got nothing.
But yeah, it
Beaming
is
in. This is like
interesting.
the cable. Saddam had a better fucking signal from his goddamn cave he was
From
hiding.
the bunker.
Osama bin Laden had 5G fucking network in a cave, and I can't broadcast from my fucking office. What is going on?
So talking about hacks, right? Microsoft's systems have been
Yes, big
under
problem.
attack huge
Big
this
problem.
week because my company we've
Really?
lost our teams today.
Mhm.
Really?
Lost our email earlier in the week or last week.
Intuit's been screwing up today.
Is
There's
this in the
been
news?
A lot of activity. I mean, we were down for half a day, and
Are you on
everything
365?
we're doing.
Are you guys on like 365?
Yeah, 365 and Teams. Everything we do is Teams. So everything that we save is up on the cloud. And when you can't access it, guess what? I've got meetings and stuff we got to prepare for. And then all of a sudden I've got presentations and things, data that I can't get to. Man,
Can't get to my data.
yeah, it's a little bit
Cat ate my homework.
yeah,
Crazy.
it makes you anxiety a little
Kim
bit.
Jong Un was
Hackers are
looking at
killing
that
us.
shit about 3 hours ago.
So even worse than that was that my mom's Facebook got hacked this morning.
Oh, shit.
That was what's worse. Why?
Bro.
Because she calls me at 5 a.m. Luckily, I'm already awake. And
You're
she's
not gonna believe what
trying
happened.
to figure out. I can't get into my account. Some hacker got in there, and of course, she doesn't have her phone linked to it. She doesn't have an app. She didn't have anything set up. So when this guy took over her account, she couldn't do anything. So I finally, after 2 hours, got to have her, walked her through on the phone to take a photo of her ID and send it to Facebook, through the thing so they could unlock her account and give it back to her.
Wow, and it worked.
There we go.
And yeah, so that was the
That is
worst
Mission
this
Impossible.
week was you don't want mom's
Ah!
account.
Facebook,
Well, what's funny is I have to say,
Facebook's
and
locked, ma.
somebody tell me if they have had this happen to them too. In the last 3 weeks, Facebook has made me reset my password no less than 3 times. I guess I don't know. Maybe someone's trying to hack my shit too,
Getting
right?
hit.
Like
They're
I don't
coming
know if
after
this
the
is
beer
like a new
baron.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a
They're
new
getting
thing that's going on right now or not. They haven't been successful, but I keep getting the Like that's weird to log on and it's like
Well,
please
I
change
gotta
your
tell
password.
you, if
You're
I
like,
get an
Jesus.
email from you that says that you went to jail and you need me to get a gift card for $50,000,
No, it'll
Tim will better pay
it'll
it,
say I
Dan.
married a
you're
Nigerian
done,
prince.
bro. You're done. That's
And
all
he
I
needs to
gotta
get
say.
his money out of Nigeria.
And you'll send me $49,999 back. And when you get here, another 10 grand. For sure. Not happening. Don't you have like
Chris,
LifeLock or
hey,
something?
Chris, my mom's not watching this feed, is she?
I actually do have LifeLock, and it doesn't help with this.
Only
Is
one way to
anyone
find
watching
out. Go ahead. Say what you were gonna say.
No. I already said. I already
Okay.
talked about the Facebook thing. So
Yeah, your
I'm
mom's
sorry,
locked out of
Mrs.
Facebook.
Luce.
Now, what was she?
Son's an ungrateful
saying,
bastard
was
sometimes.
she sending like advertisements?
No.
For,
So actually, nothing was, as far as I could tell, nothing was sent. She just couldn't get to her account, and they turned on two-factor authentication, and so she couldn't unlock her account because she didn't.
Those crafty bastards.
The code was going to someone else's phone.
Mm.
And so when we got back in, I finally walked her through to set up the trusted friends, so that if something happens that she can call on us to help her get in, and also make sure the two-factor authentication goes to her phone instead of some other phone, so that,
Very interesting.
again, yeah. So
They may have been hoping that she had some type of payment set up through Facebook. you
Yeah,
know?
she didn't have anything like that. She's an
She wasn't
older-
funding her, Tinder account. through
There's a
there.
crochet group on Facebook that's just fantastic.
and here's the funny thing is, right, the email address that they used was like something like hacksaw@hotmail.com.
Hacksaw. Johnny Hack.
I mean, really?
Johnny Hacks.
Is that even
And-
real?
yeah.
I mean,
Pretty good.
I was just like, wow, this must be a professional hacker because they use a full elite speak
Johnny
on that one.
Hacks. 21.
And who uses
Yahoo
Hotmail
dot-
still?
So going back to the hacks you guys were talking about earlier, I guess apparently both of you were right. I looked it up. It's called Stuxnet. Is that what the military
Stuxnet.
program?
Yes,
Stuxnet.
STUXNET.
So it was developed by Microsoft in cooperation with the Israeli government. So it's again, it's all like black ops. So the actual knowledge of who was responsible for what isn't really known.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
But
no
it's
one's
highly
thinking,
speculated that
Yeah.
Israel and the United States collaborated together in order to create it. But yeah, so I just figured I'd go back and clarify that.
No,
There
I
you
love
go.
that. I just hate that you're skipping in your audio set.
What?
Yeah,
But I love your
yeah, it
information.
came back about a half hour ago.
That, and I appreciate the fact
Oh.
that you changed your name to Tanky Tim.
Yes,
What
I
did
did.
I- and I- but
Yeah.
what was the? Can anyone tell me? Did anyone watch the documentary I'm thinking of? I watched a documentary really recently that mentioned.
Yeah, it
Stuxnet,
was
and
called. I saw that in my
It was a
search.
good one too.
2020 Iran hacking danger lurks in the dark web. Is that what it was called?
No, it was more official. It wasn't like a YouTube thing. It was more like
It had like Harrison
Netflix-y.
Ford in it.
Gotcha.
Hey,
it,
Joe
had,
names.
it had Pat Britt in it.
I'm actually. I mean, I read a lot of books, and I read a variety of different stuff. And the book I'm reading right now is called Trident Deception. It's a espionage fiction dealing with submarine service. I like submarine stories, but this one is interesting because
You are salty.
I am salty, but and for one thing, the Rick Campbell is the author, really good author. He's a really good author that does a fantastic job at getting you into the characters, into the story, into the different plots. Even though I can predict what's going to happen because I've got knowledge, I kind of see where he's going. It's still fun to read, but it's funny that we talk about Israel and secret things. So basically, the premise of this book is Israel is under attack by of course,
Everyone.
terrorists.
Bad
Terrorists,
guys.
yeah.
Oh, this is fiction.
Iran
Muslim-
sponsored.
My
There's a lot of
Muslim
facts.
brothers.
There's a lot of facts in it, but it's overall fiction. But basically, Iran sponsored terrorists are causing a lot of havoc and
What?
killing
What?
people.
What?
And one
Doesn't
of
happen.
and what happens is they learn that
Profiling.
Iran is 10 days away from building their first nuclear weapon that's going to be able to be launched against Israel. And it's all about how Israel under these certain events happen, and then it convinces the prime minister to go ahead and or the president or whatever he is, prime minister, I think is what they call him,
The prime president.
to go ahead and give permission to an undercover ops that forces the U.S. or actually causes the U.S. to launch missiles against Iran, but they're doing it with espionage within the submarine service. It's a very complex thing, but it's kind of interesting
Denny,
how they're using spyware.
Would you go on a submarine? Would you go on? You did go on a submarine.
Yeah, I was. Have we already talked about this? I was on ballistic missile submarines. Yeah.
Oh, really? No, we didn't dive into this. No, not at all.
Yeah. You must have been.
No pun intended. No pun intended. No. I knew you were in the armed forces, but I did not know that you went on submarines. No,
Yes.
I totally did not.
Yes, I was I'm a submariner. I served on board USS Georgia.
So, what was your longest stint under?
So it was actually my very first patrol was over 90 days underwater without servicing.
See, this man's hot bunked.
No. I was.
What kind of servicing is that?
Yeah, no, I didn't hot bunk anything. Sorry.
90 days underwater?
It was
Really?
93. I think it was 93 days
Holy
without
fuck,
servicing.
man.
Get the fuck out of here.
We didn't even surface the entire time.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't have to share a bed that whole time? You had your own spot?
No, I was high enough rank that other people had to
Gotcha.
share.
Wait a minute.
Gotcha.
Forget that stupid. Wait a minute. You spent 90 days underwater
That's
with
just
no
one time.
sunlight.
No sunlight. Underwater without
Oof.
How? Okay. How many
93
people were on
days.
the sub?
140.
Whoa,
140
how big's
to
that sub?
160.
Big sub.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's normal. That's what all the subs have.
I know,
about
but what?
140.
I
probably
don't
didn't feel that
understand
big
I don't
inside,
understand
though,
that
did it?
size. I know zero. So let's assume that the audience is like me and they know nothing about submarines.
Yeah.
How big is this fucking submarine that's got 150 people in it?
So I was on Trident 1 submarines, which is the Ohio class. And so the Georgia was the 4th boat in that class. Yeah, I think the 4th one. And so we were a big boat. We were 560 feet long.
Whoa.
And
How many decks?
44 foot diameter. So it's a big sub. There it is, right there.
I don't know,
That's
man.
That's my
I've
ship.
been on a cruise ship, and that cruise ship feels small after about 2 days of
Totally.
being on
I
it.
couldn't agree more. How many
So,
decks, Denny?
oof.
So there's 4 decks.
Oh my god, that's
So,
small.
but yeah.
I mean, it's big, but it's small, right?
So this
It's
is this is actually the SSGN. This is the guided missile submarine. They turned my ship into a guided missile sub after I left. So I was on the SSBN 729, which was a ballistic missile back in the 90s. So yeah, I served 4 years on that submarine.
Damn.
I went out to
Where did the patrol go?
so we were stationed out of Bangor, Washington, Silverdale, Washington area.
Bangor.
So you did
Yeah.
No, that's
we
Bangor,
did
Maine.
pack-
Sorry.
We did pack patrols, so we were in the Pacific Ocean,
Uh-huh.
handling all the Russian
Is that a
stuff.
nuclear sub?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you're able to stay underwater that long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we produced our own water, and
Whoa.
we just the only thing that kept us from staying out indefinitely was food. But
How does it create oxygen from the water?
yeah, it separates it takes in salt water, it
Oh my
desalinates
God.
it, so it takes the salt out, and then it splits it into hydrogen and oxygen.
That is
atoms.
so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And the nuclear
That is
reactor
wild.
helps aid that, right? Because that's all.
So nuclear reactor, yeah, it provides all the steam that's used to power the electrical generators that create the power and push and also turn the screw.
Oh my god! By the way, look how small this fucking thing is. I mean, I know it's
Yeah,
really
it's
big,
really
but look
not
at the
that big, yeah.
people. Like that
So-
that thing is not that
so
big
keep
to have
in-
150 people
with
in it.
No,
Wise,
keep
yeah.
in mind that you're only seeing the top quarter
Yes.
of the boat. The
Yes.
majority of it's
The top
underwater. And it
quarter?
goes out. Yeah, it goes out.
It's
It's
longer
44
than what looks
feet
there.
diameter. It's 44 feet diameter. So you
Wow.
don't see the whole diameter of the bottom. You see this. That's the what do they call it? The
Like the surfacing
it's
part of the
it's
sub. Or,
yeah, it's just the top like non-people portion of what you're seeing.
and it's also shorter, right? The part that comes out of the water is even shorter than the
Yeah,
full
there's
length of
the majority of the boat is underwater. You don't see it.
Interesting.
So you need to find a dry dock picture to see how big it
I don't
is.
even know
Really.
if there
All
would.
right,
be
let's
one,
see what
is
we
there?
got.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Submarines are something I never quite really put any thought
It's,
into. And then you tell me there's
so-
150 people,
so
and I'm like, holy
For
shit.
all the people that aren't aware, submarine service is a completely voluntary service. Nobody is going to be told to go submarine. So once you volunteer, you have to go through a battery of tests, psychological tests, a lot of psychological tests. Then they put you through a training, and if you don't, so here you can kind of see. There you go. Now you can see how big it is.
Wow, yeah.
So you can see the majority of that is, and the Florida is a ship right before ours. It was commissioned before ours, but you can see that the majority of the ship is underwater, and you can't see how big it is. It's a big.
Well, we should skip that.
Oh, yeah, maybe you should go to a different article.
Easy.
Not the article I'm looking for.
Here.
But,
Different news story.
0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, so we
That
are.
escalated quickly.
They had a lot of fun on
voluntary,
those boats, I heard.
and you have to go through the psych test if you.
I bet.
So
Psycho. You gotta be
people
psycho.
get weeded out of the submarine service before they even get to the boat. Anyone that gets to the boat and then fails, like freaks out underway because I'm scared, I'm underwater, I feel claustrophobic. They're lying, because they've already been weeded out. Those people are already been let go.
Oh, there you go. That's a good dry dock photo, by the way. Hold on, go back.
And,
Go back. Sorry, Denny.
Where's?
When you were just there, it showed the fucking water line on the boat. Oh, look, the ballistic missile submarine. Yeah, that thing.
that
Look,
one. Yeah.
look. So now you can see.
This was in Twitter though. That's why I skipped off of it.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's
Well, it went to
Twitter.
some.
Yeah, lower right.
Yeah, click that one there. Yeah. So,
That's not the lower right.
I know we're
that?
getting to it. Man, you
Neither's that.
guys are picky.
That's a good
today.
one too.
There you go.
All right.
But yeah, you can see
So
where
now
the
you see
water
the water
line
line.
is, and you can see that most of the boat is underneath it. So
Boy, it sure is.
the superstructure is what you see on the surface. But
That's
yeah,
so
it was
crazy.
It was.
I can't believe you did that, Denny. By the
Yeah,
way, thank you.
it's tough.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
service. Again, appreciate it.
Did you fire some shit off, man?
Yeah,
So
what was going on?
we fired a lot of torpedoes, but so I got off the ship, the boat, and then the next patrol they went on was they test fired missiles. So I was a missile tech actually, and that was my job, was to launch missiles.
Like
And
surface to
I
air?
didn't get to. No, these are intercontinental ballistic missiles.
God
They go all the
damn.
way
Then
up
he
to
gets
the
slower
lower.
every time
Surface-
we talk. to
Dude,
him.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do you surface to shoot the
No,
ICBM
underwater.
off, or you're underwater
No.
and you're shooting the ICBM off?
Underwater. Nobody knows
That's
it's coming.
crazy.
Nobody
No.
knows it's coming until it's in the air and death is within minutes away.
Our military is so fucking badass. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it was a good experience. I still am the closest friends I'll ever have in my entire
Literally?
life.
You spent 90
Are
days
on the
underwater
spear,
with.
are on the Beercast right now.
we're on the submarine. I'm still close to a lot of the guys I served with.
I
So,
bet. I mean, listen, that's a brotherhood, man.
Yeah.
It's like a fraternity times 11, because you spend so much time
Yeah.
in horrible situations, not horrible, in let's be nice, in tight
a
quarters.
hazardous,
quarters.
hazardous and dangerous environment.
Yeah, man. It's like it's definitely bonding experience.
Yeah.
It's a bonding experience.
So
What did it feel like when you got your first gasp of fresh air
Oh my
after
God.
93 days?
So it kind of stinks. The air is actually okay. The thing that throws you off is that your depth perception is gone. So when you leave
Gone?
the ship, yeah. So if one thing, you're not used to seeing anything but fluorescent lights, then you leave, you're getting blinded by this. Even dark light was bright. Then you can't drive, because if you get in the car, you can't tell how far things are.
Oh, wow.
And people were like rear-ending people because you can't. You lost your depth perception because you only see a certain distance while you're in that ship, right? But
Right.
You can't.
No
see
matter
that
where you
far.
look.
Yeah. So it takes
Holy
you
shit.
30 days to get your depth perception back, so you can actually drive and not get in an accident.
That's so wild.
That's wild stuff.
Maybe VR can help with that, right? Maybe these guys can put on a fucking VR goggles and
I
see
don't think-
farther,
yeah, I don't
further,
think
further,
VR.
see further.
No, because
there?
your eyes are still just focusing, right in front of you. It's not.
True.
The depth perception is two eyes and then actually extending
Listen.
it out past where you need to see.
I just got 3D vision, fucking 2 months ago. It's the greatest thing ever. So
Well, I would say though, I think you might be right in terms of the depth perception, because I have
couple of VR headsets here, and if I don't have my glasses on, I still can't see a damn thing no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way to focus in and see anything. And if I pop out my glasses, obviously I have that depth and I
Can't see without my
everything.
glasses.
Holy shit! Timmy's
Where's
audio
his
sounds good.
glasses?
Can't see without my
His
glasses.
glasses.
But your audio sounds good, so don't worry about it.
Good.
So
He restarted the voice engine.
Yes, I did.
That's usually what he tells me.
I need a beer. I need a beer.
Oh, I gotta restart the voice engine.
There you
Restart the audio engine.
The flux
I
capacitor
got a nice
needs to
plaque
be.
from my time on board.
There it is,
It's
Georgia.
official.
That's me. Probably got a couple tats too.
No tats.
No,
No tats. Yeah, I'm tat free.
man, you'd be bored down there. A lot of chess, maybe.
I will say this. We get a lot. So the elite of the Navy is always going to be the submarine service, regardless of what people say. It is the elite because it's totally volunteer, and we go through a lot of hell, and it's tough to be closed in for that long a time and stay sane. So we get a lot of people give us a lot of crap because when you're they always say that you 140 men go down and 70 couples come back type joke because it's just funny little things like that, but it's not true. But we do like to joke and have fun, and there's a lot of pranks that go like way over the edge, South Park like pranks that that go on. So
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Gets fucking bored.
Get bored. Yeah.
You get bored and you just have fun and
Start trolling people.
I'll admit that I did walk by the lounge, and then there was a guy, one of the new guys taped up to the bulkhead, all the way taped around him with just his pecker hanging out, and people might come and click it.
Oh, that's brutal.
Jesus.
I'd rather go to prison.
The fuck did I walk back into?
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Flicking peckers,
that
man.
might have happened. I'm not
Flicking peckers on the USS Georgia.
No.
It's like Mr. Service. but-
Now, let me tell you how many dicks I've touched. That's it. Uno.
well, you don't have a son yet, so
One. Well, true. Good point. Good point. But yeah, one. Not
So
on the
I'm actually going camping where your old submarine is now living.
really? Where's that?
Georgia is in Georgia?
Yeah, so I'm going to Kings
Bay?
Kingsland, Georgia, and it's in Kings Bay, which is right next
Okay.
door.
Where's Kingsland, Georgia? Is that coastline?
Just
I guess,
yeah, it's on
obviously.
the East Coast, just above.
You're going camping
Jacksonville.
there? Like you have a
Not where the sub is, but in Kingsland.
You're not going to get to the sub.
I know.
There's,
Staying the night
there's
in
hundreds
Denny's
of
bunk.
thousands of
I'm
acres
gonna
of
rub his
land surrounding
submarine.
the submarine.
Just gonna rub
He's
it.
staying the night in Denny's bunk.
It still smells like him.
Oh wow! You know what? I gotta remember exactly which bunk is
Wait.
mine, so I can tell you where to stay.
is bunk a euphemism or do you mean an actual bunk?
No, I had a bunk. So the way the berthing worked is we had 24 missile tubes, and the berthing for enlisted were between the missile tubes on the third deck. So each little area had 9 bunks, 3 high, stacked on 2 walls and the bulkhead, and that's so we had 9 people in each little cubby hole, and we had our own bunks. We didn't have to hot bunk or anything. The young sailors that weren't rated that came on, they had to,
Ooh, young sailor.
they either had to hot bunk or they had to sleep down in the torpedo room or down in the lower level of
I
missile
bet it was the
compartment.
torpedo
Ooh,
room.
man, the
Yeah.
torpedo room. That does
Man,
not
there is
sound
so
fun.
much. There are so many fucking euphemisms going on right now. I don't even know what to do with myself. Worse was when Denny was talking about his mother at the. I don't even. As soon as Denny
Nope.
started talking about his mom, I just had to shut the
His
fuck up
mom's
for like 15
Facebook
minutes.
got hacked. Daddy, I can't reset my password.
I wish you
I
guys
was
could
on
have
this.
done a call with
I
me.
was speaking to this wonderful young lady about her crocheting, and all of a sudden, I lost my access. That's my New York Jewish grandma. Not
Ma,
Denny's grandma.
and Denny's at work. He's like, let me go out. He steps outside. He's like,
Ma.
okay, did you press? Which light's on?
Did you turn it off and turn
Did
it
you
back?
turn it off and turn it back on?
Is it even plugged in?
Do you know what your email address is?
It's so
That
true.
was one of the questions.
So true.
So,
You
Denny,
know what your
obviously-
reset is.
Obviously, you don't shave now, but I'm assuming you had to that entire 90 days you were under the water, or did they let you guys kind of?
So we were allowed to buy $20 no shave chits that allowed us to shave. We had to keep we had to be able to make a seal, right? We had to have a mask because if a fire
okay.
came out,
Yeah.
you had to be able to put a mask on and seal
Yeah.
to not die. So we had to keep a mask
To
seal.
not
So
die.
you couldn't have a beard like this, but
No,
you could
is
have
that
a
neck or
beard.
is it chin line? Like where's
Chin
the seal?
line. Yeah, you have to have it. So basically, you had a beard that went down to your chin, and everything else was out. And you had to get face checked every week and verify that you could hold a seal. And if you didn't, you had to shave. So so we had a $20, and I did it right because I just hated shaving. So I would just, shave my neck and chin, and then everything else would grow. And every week you got tested to make sure you could fit test your respirator.
Now, when you're back home though on shore, you weren't allowed to have a beard, right?
No.
So you had to shave it all off.
Mustache
That's
only.
kind of cool
Yeah.
though. So you guys kind of got a little break there.
Yeah, because we
cool.
weren't. Now, if we pulled into port somewhere, then you
Yeah.
had to shave.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as
Because you're
long
going to
as
be in
you're out-
uniform. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're out and no one's around, they let
As
you.
long as you're underwater for 90 days, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one's. So they
Except
allowed us to
smoke a
have
cigarette,
mohawks. Yeah, people were getting mohawks, and we were walking around with mohawks and
Hey,
all kinds
was there
of
a
stuff back
smoking
then.
section on the sub?
Yeah.
so
really.
when I first joined, smoking was all over the sub, and it killed you because you're trapped in a sealed
Yeah.
tube, and all you smell is smoke everywhere. The next patrol I went on, they limited it to certain areas on the sub that could smoke. Then as it went on towards into the 4 years that I was there, they made it so you could smoke only an hour before watch and an hour after watch in one area of the ship. And because they started to realize that the secondhand smoke was like causing a lot of harm, especially
No
on
shit.
submarines where you're trapped in
So the room that they
environment.
have, is it like, is it exhaling directly into the water? Like, how the
No,
fuck do they
so-
isolate?
So the room they chose is the intake of the ventilation that was going through the scrubbers. So all of our oxygen or our environment is run through CO2 and CO scrubbers and burners that takes out the carbon dioxide because the carbon dioxide is what's going to kill you. You can pump in as much oxygen you want, but the carbon dioxide you're breathing in is what's going to kill you. So if you don't clean that out, you're going to die of issues. And we had a point when our carbon dioxide scrubbers were broken, and our CO2 levels got way too high, and 2/3 of the boat was in the racks. We had 1/3 of the boat, like the crew, manning all the watches until we could get to a point where we could reventilate the oxygen and get the things fixed. Because if you are in a carbon dioxide rich environment, then it allows bacteria and flora inside your intestinal tract to flourish in the carbon dioxide heavy environment. And some people, myself, wasn't affected. I have a pretty good immune system, so I had way more good flora than bad flora. But the people that didn't have as good of an immune system as me, those guys were in the rack. They were throwing up and diarrhea like nonstop. They were dehydrated, and they were they had to be put in racks on IVs.
Is that from being in depth?
No, it's from the carbon dioxide.
Just from carbon dioxide.
Just from breathing in too much. Your carbon dioxide level is too high.
Holy shit.
And it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter how much oxygen you put in. If the carbon dioxide level is too high, that's what causes a problem. So
So they
I
put
was
you in an
one of the-
oxygenation chamber? Is that the cure? Is to over
No, you
oxygenate your-
got to remove the carbon dioxide. That's the only cure. Get it
Yes.
out. Either evacuate it from
Is
the
my
ship
green screen
or,
green?
or clean
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
What the hell happened here?
I don't know. Dude, your screen's very green. It's greener than
Yeah.
Dan's.
looks
All
good.
right. Oh well.
But yeah, so that happened. So we were put on port and starboard watches with 1/3 of the crew for almost a month. We stood back to back watches while 2/3 of the crew were in the racks on IVs,
Oh my
sick as a
God,
dog.
Why wouldn't they just surface?
Because the mission
under
of
the
a mission of a ballistic missile submarine is to maintain your operating package to launch missiles. And we were alert, and we couldn't leave our alert status until we had another boat come in and take over to fix our, so we can leave and go fix our stuff. So we had to wait a month before we got to that point where we could leave and go fix our
stuff.
stuff. So
Doesn't that make you? Doesn't that make you
break
feel?
a hole? Let me break a hole through this shit. I don't know what
Totally.
the fuck
Oh my
around
God,
there, man.
Denny!
Stick a-
Seriously,
stick-
90 fucking days. I
Stick
would
a
be
straw up there.
I would be
Man,
clawing
get
at
some
the
air.
walls.
The
Is
snorkel.
there a cat on the boat? Like, is there any animal on the? It's just humans, just like. Oh
just
my
men
God.
back then. There was no
Oh.
women on
Oh.
boats
Bleh.
either.
Fucking
Just
die.
a bunch of men.
Bunch of men.
Stinky
Oh.
farts.
Sticky farts and sticky floors.
And a lot of sticky socks.
You heard it here first, folks.
Hey guys.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
In other news,
It's an experience.
That's the only news, I think. Jesus.
Wow.
Next story that's not about a ballistic submarine sock. Oh wait, here I got one. Here, Kris, did you drop this off for me? By the way, is this a Kris beer that you dropped off for me?
No, but
Isn't this the brewery that you were talking about?
It is. I've moved on to Burial from Asheville.
Well, this is Ghost. What does it say?
Ghost
891?
number 776 or something.
891. It is 10%. It's a little beer. There's a little things going on. This artwork is, boy.
I've got a couple that those are the ones that
where's
I
the-
always really like to peel off the can and like stick to a magnet, throw it on the fridge.
You know, there's so much detail that you actually kind of have to stare at it. It's pretty crazy.
They
Look at
did
this-
a
Look at this
they did-
horned guy.
they did a GI Joe series on some of their beer labels. I know. Real American hero.
Oh my God.
GI Joe is there.
I wish we had a soundboard.
Right? That'd be so good.
I wish you had a screen.
I do too. I don't know what the
Need-
hell happened.
Need Fred Norris.
Fred Norris. Yeah, I
We're
don't
falling
know.
apart here. We're falling apart here. Our production value is going way
Our
down.
production value
quick.
is just
Dan sit there in the dark of the green screen behind him, not using it.
yeah.
Well, it's not even light enough in there to use the green screen.
Because he's got the lights off because he likes it to be dark when he's in there.
This
likes it to
is
be nice
our
and cozy.
production value right now.
Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there.
Yeah.
We need GI Joe right now. We need the GI Joe of sound engineering.
Kris, how are you getting that audio in here?
I learned something.
I guess you did. So suddenly you
He
don't have to put
unpinned his
the whole
video and he
video.
shares it.
Yep, I learned a few things while we were having our chat. So I know that knowing is half the battle.
It is. You know, I watched that show just for the end where they say knowing is half the battle.
I always normally picked it up in the last 5 minutes.
So, in other news, I really think we should start a GoFundMe for Denny. Bring Denny to Florida. And I think you guys should push it on Tap the Craft too.
I'm totally all about it.
I got a hundo on it.
Well, we got to get him a vaccine first. Oh, wait, didn't he say he got it?
Yeah, he's getting it or whatever. So that's
sweet.
good. I've been waiting. So then we got to start the GoFundMe and we can push it on the show.
So
And
look,
our-
I
one
it'll,
list-
it'll have
our one
$6.
listener.
It'll
I
have
can-
$6.
I can cover a plane ticket for him.
Oh, all right. Big Willie.
What a
Big Willie
baller.
style. Excuse the fuck out of me.
Right? But no, we've got all these miles to use, and obviously we're
Yeah.
not traveling everywhere. So
Well, we got to see if he's up to it, though. You know, we got to make
I
it a
got
trip.
I got a guest bed for
Tim, are
Denny.
you laying down? Are you in a recliner, man?
No,
Or
he's just
what?
itching.
Much better. Yeah.
He's trying to get out of frame so he can
Tim, are we
stretch.
bothering you?
So good.
Tim, I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt your
No, this is
slumber.
much better. I'm much better.
Okay.
You know,
now.
I heard
I'm
Tim
glad-
just bought stock in Aveeno.
Yeah.
Benadryl
Vino
and
baby.
you know,
Yeah.
Caladrill.
calamine lotion.
Oatmeal bath.
So, Denny, when is your actual vax? You have a date, or you?
No,
just
no,
thinking
I haven't
you're-
called yet.
You're gonna do the J&J.
I'm gonna do
We're-
the Johnson
we're-
and Johnson.
We're
Yeah,
bringing you to Tampa, so
That's the one-shot wonder, right? We're talking
it's
about
a one-shot wonder.
hey, maybe
it's
we
the
should plan
one-shot
for,
wonder. He had Denny.
maybe we should plan for July 4. Denny in Tampa. Dano.
Load
That's
up
gonna
the
be a
plane.
warm day.
I'm jetting in.
Independence
July 4th,
Day.
Huh? Is that a big
Popping off.
happening time in Tampa?
Fireworks.
You know, Denny, I'm just going off of Biden's whole
Oh.
thing. I mean, you know,
we can
July
have small
4.
get-togethers.
I rely on Joe.
I'm not having a Joe Biden moment. I'm just saying, like, if he's correct, and he vaccinates enough people, and July 4th is literally like not the exact date, but earlier than that would be the herd immunity dealio. I mean, bro, that's like it's fucking party time. So July 4th sounds appropriate.
Well, let me make the call and get this shot done, and I'll be ready.
Get that shit done for show.
Bring Denny to Tampa.
I'm trying to get the override done. I'm not gonna say who.
.denny.tampa.com.
I'm not gonna say who said they would give me an override, but I can go get an override and get that shit done.
You got an inside.
I did. I found an inside track from a nurse.
It's a good one too. I gotta admit, I'm kind of proud of you for your research.
So here, this is a good topic for this. This is not. You don't have to know anybody. Somebody said, and I have a list. I have 2 churches that somebody gave me where they're getting a lot of vaccines and they're trying to vaccinate their congregation. And then apparently a lot of the congregations of churches do not want the vaccine. So at the end of the day, if they have vaccinations left over that did not go to congregation, it's whoever, right? It's like, if you come up and you want it, you can get it. So there's like after, it's like you go after 4 or after 3 to these churches and you can take some of the doses that weren't that were intended for parishioners that didn't go to them. So I thought that was a pretty good hookup too. If you're persistent,
so
you
taking
can get it pretty
doses.
quickly.
So how do you get your second shot though? You get the first dose.
They give you the schedule. So it's like, it just as if you were a parishioner, they would give you the card like, hey, come back on this date. Like now you don't have to be a parishioner. You're just.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
that's
because I asked the same question.
That's how a lot of people I know that they have friends that work at like nursing homes or places that had, so many shots to give, and then they didn't give them all away, and they'd call their friends, say, hey, it's either get it or we lose it, right? We got to destroy them. So they come in and they get their shot. So
yeah, what's the shelf life on that then? I didn't even think about that. They don't destroy them, huh?
It's a short. Once they bring them out to give, they can't like refreeze them, right? So they have to give them out within a certain time, or they destroy them.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Why they're not picky at all once it gets to that point, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but then to your point, how do you get the second one?
They give you a card. Like, in other words, when they give the vaccine that day, they are prepared to give you another vaccine on, in 3 weeks from now or whatever. Let's pretend it's 30 days. So the card literally has a date 30 days from today that says at this time, come by and we'll give you the second dose. So you just show them the card and they give you the second dose. Oh, Denny's got his
error.
Is it error?
Calculating.
No,
calculating. Now does yours hook to your iPhone?
It does, but I'm only
like
0.047, man.
I know. I was 0.026, so I grabbed a 10%er.
I've been drinking these. I don't even know how much alcohol is in here. There must not be any alcohol in these 30th anniversary. Oh, 7%.
Frank Lehman said
There's 7%.
He took the nursing home angle for his vaccination.
Yeah. Nursing home is the way to go. But now it's too late. They've already been. All the nursing homes have been tackled already.
What are you hanging out front of the nursing home? Like
they're out partying now.
Like Walgreens.
Black Friday.
The Walgreens discotheque. It's another South Park
let
reference
me in.
For those who didn't see it. Kris? This music's good.
I like it.
Let's talk about this BACtrack.
Yeah,
I've been doing a lot
out.
of studying with this, practicing and trying things out. What I found is I don't know if this is accurate with beers that are less than 5% ABV.
You're being silly now.
I'm not being silly. I'm being serious because I will drink like 3-4% beers and it will read like 0.02. And I don't think that's right.
Well, you're a man, Denny.
No, but no. It doesn't matter how manly you are. Your blood alcohol is your blood alcohol, right?
And your BAC.
Yeah, but your body is metabolizing it.
Your BAC
faster.
continues to go up over time too.
But
or down.
It does.
Or
You're
down.
Right. It continues to go up. So then I found that if I want to really see the effect of this, I don't eat dinner and I drink a 14% beer. And guess what? This thing goes up, right?
That sounds like a great Saturday.
Yeah. So I've done a bunch of different experiments, and in my feeling with all the different experiments I've done is it doesn't handle multiple 4% beer. This is 7, but If I drink 4% beers, if I drink 4% beers,
bro,
in an hour,
You're just not
you
drunk.
you can't get drunk off of 4% beer. There's no way.
No.
It doesn't happen. That's why I drink 4% beer.
No. Here's the deal. The way that the way the whole percentage things work is it's 5% alcohol, 5% alcohol,
Right.
12-ounce beer.
Yes.
And is what they use to calculate it. So I would think that if I drank 3 in an hour, that should bring me up to some limit, right? 0.06 at least, right? But I'm finding that I drink 3 of these in 1 hour, and I take my breathalyzer, it's 0.029. And
But
it's
isn't it
consistent.
measuring
Here.
parts per million in your breath? That's what it's actually measuring.
It's blood alcohol.
Blood alcohol? But I mean, it should be more than
Well,
0.029.
no, it's
in an
not.
hour.
Listen,
It's
I'm
not
looking at-
measuring
I'm-
your blood alcohol. It's measuring.
I'm looking
parts
at it
per
right now.
million in your
Anytime
breath.
a beer is under 5.8%, half of it goes into your long gray beard before it hits your liver. So I think that's the
That's the primary
contention.
filter.
No, what I'm
The
trying to
liver
say is, listen,
is the secondary filter.
here's how I use it.
Okay.
I don't gamify it. I use it like
I'm not
like,
gamifying it.
No.
I'm trying to
I'm not criticizing you either, right? I'm just trying to say, like, I use it like this. When I'm feeling a certain way and I'm like, oh shit, like, I mean, before I had this, I would have a couple of beers and I'd be like, man, should I drive?
Mhm.
Meaning, like, I don't know what my BAC is. Not like, am I capable of driving? I've never driven a car when I'm incapable of driving. I could say that for sure. Now, was I over or under the limit?
Mhm.
I have no idea because I never had a device to calibrate that. So when I feel like I'm close and I don't like, I'm at that limit where I know that, like, I can drive a car, but like, it's just nice to know when I should totally fucking turn down the breathalyzer. You know what I mean? Like, if I know I left the place and my little device said 0.025 and I get pulled over and it's like, I want you to blow into this thing, I'll be like, great, I'll blow into that. But if I know that I could be over or close to it, it's called, no, I'm not blowing, just give me the fucking DUI and I'll, get the lawyer and do the whole thing. And it's all obviously terrible, but the point is that, the cops have all the power because they have the device that measures, and we never had a device that we could measure with. So I find it very empowering. That's how I use the device.
Yeah. So I've been doing, like I told you, I've gone out since the last 2 weeks to 4 different, outings at bars. And
He's been drinking all 4% beer because it only was 0.02. Listen, I had 12 4%ers. I'm still blowing 0.02, officer.
No, but I'm finding that I feel that either it's more accurate or I'm just more, it affects you more when it's a 7% beer or above.
Well, listen, I think there's multiple things to it too, because if I drink a beer quickly and then I blow into it and I have a higher ABV than if I like take a rinse of water in my mouth and then
Denny's
blow.
a nerd. He read the book. He knows.
I read the book. I
Twice.
Yeah. So it says to wait 20 minutes after you eat or drink anything or smoke. I don't smoke, so I don't worry about that. So I wait 20 minutes and then I take my test to make sure there's no chance it's going to be high, it's going to be more accurate if I do it that way. That's what they say. And there was a time I took the test and I had a 7, a 9, and like a 14% beer. Guess what? That was the one that was closest. That was over 2 hours of drinking. So I had 2 hours. I had those 3 beers. And when I got ready to leave, I got in the car, I blew my thing, and it was 0.064 or whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, now this is actually probably close to what it really is, right? Luckily here in Idaho, it's 0.08, and you're okay. So I still had a few to go.
Drove like hell out of there.
Yeah. but I felt that
like
that
NASCAR.
Before my BAC goes up, hurry up.
That was more
Hurry up, get home.
of what I really was, because I did drink some bigger beers, right? So it made sense. But when I drink these lower beers, I don't think it accumulates. I don't think it's real.
You got to
I think
remember,
that
you're
right,
also
though.
metabolizing that alcohol as well. So, like, there is some truth to the saying that you're pissing it out faster than you're drinking it. I mean, you're drinking the alcohol, your body is metabolizing it. And your blood alcohol level is staying at a lower amount because the lower
your
metabolism lower
very
ABV
quickly.
on
it
yeah,
does,
exactly.
but it doesn't. But I found that it takes a lot longer to reduce. So what I did is I I drank enough beers to bring me up to the legal limit. And then I stopped. And then I took my breathalyzer, every 30 minutes after that. And guess what?
It dropped dramatically?
No, it didn't drop dramatically. It dropped
up.
very slowly.
Oh.
And that's what I was like, wow, holy smokes. And this is even after, I ate a meal. Did everything I normally would do. Ate a meal, drank water, did everything I would normally do. Got it up to 0.08 or 0.085 or whatever it was.
On 4% beers?
No, it was higher beers.
Okay.
But then I stopped. And then I started taking it 30 minutes for 2 hours. And before I dropped below, I dropped below 0.05. But it took 2 hours to get from 0.08 to 0.05. So
yeah, that's why they say
it
like
takes a lot longer to drop it.
Only time can help. There's no coffee, there's no water, none of it helps. You got to just wait.
It's a fun toy for an engineer because I can do these tests and see how, what affects it. I'm just telling you, I don't know if you are drinking a lot of 3.2% beers, I don't know if this is going to tell you if you're drunk or not, right?
I think it will. All right, here's what I want to do, and I want to do it on this show. I know a couple of Hillsborough County deputies, and I should get them to come by middle of the show, and I'll go out and run and video or do something, and then we can play it later. Or,
you can do your own breathalyzer.
You know what I mean? So on here, I go show you the breathalyzer, and then I go fucking run out there, and I go to his car, and I video the thing, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Let me hit your thing, and at least I know that they're not going to set me up, right? I don't trust cops not to set me up, but these guys won't set me up.
As long as you don't jump in your car after you get it, you'll be fine.
Well, I agree, but I don't know any TPD guys that are I just don't know them that well.
Oh, Tim, good morning.
Yeah. Oh, I've
been here. I've been scratching.
I've been here. I'm just still.
Well, I know you took a nap, so I wanted to just welcome you back from your nap.
Oh, he's been tired from not working all day.
Contact dermatitis.
Oh, we've been tired of staying up all night and scratching.
Tim's new nickname is contact dermatitis.
Itchy and scratchy.
Poor guy.
All right. Well, we
I know, I
totally
feel
need to see about doing that, Joel.
What's that?
See
The cop thing? I would love it.
Yeah. See if we can't find
Honestly.
some law enforcement.
I think I definitely know guys. In fact, I wish I
know
could,
somebody.
If I was on Facebook right now, I would share it with my Deputy Barton, calling Deputy what's Vince's last name? Deputy Francis and Deputy Mike. Hey, Tim. His name's Tim. Deputy Tim Wallace. Deputy Mike. I do know Mike's last name. It's in my phone, but I don't have it off the top of my head. So I know 4 guys who are all with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and I think that someday on a Monday, one of them's working, and they should. I don't know, man. Isn't that rude? Isn't that maybe they need to be off duty? Maybe I need to get them.
I think it should
squad
be off
car.
duty. I think
Can they drive their car off duty though?
It depends. Look, it depends on each organization. It depends on how far away they live.
Hey, the good news is it's Monday night. It's not like Ybor is popping off and there's a bunch of shootings in.
Look, so we could go down to Ybor and Friday, Saturday night. They're all standing over by the 7-Eleven. You can go look. Can I take a breathalyzer?
This is a good idea.
Won't do that. They probably won't do that.
No, but do you know what, Dano? J. Paul Pepin knows a bunch of those TPD guys because they're, he's down there in Ybor. So we could go to Zydeco and
there the other day. It was delicious.
Oh man, you know what? All right, let's do a little Zydeco break, shall we? Fucking great lagers, man. This place, their IPAs are good too. It's a good West Coast style, but the lager game from this guy Paulie, who's the head brewer. Oh my god. It's magic. Honestly, go over there, have some shrimp and grits. I
had some gumbo. Megan had some pumpkin soup with some crawfish in it.
I had that.
And
it's pretty good.
It was actually really good.
But I always have, every time, they have a chicken sandwich that's on Cuban bread with prosciutto and mustard and arugula, and it's a hot sandwich. It's rotisserie chicken that they pull off, and then I drench it in this Scotch bonnet, amazing, fucking spicy as fuck. This shit is, I'm sweating by the time I'm done eating it. Dude, it's so good. It really is. This place, food's good.
Well, it sounds like
Beer's
we have
good. Even if you don't drink beer, they got a 4-cop, so they have liquor for you.
So it sounds like we have a couple of projects ahead of us, Joel. We have
This is a good project.
Zydeco work, right? Which
And then we got to find a TPD.
and then
hook up.
we need a law enforcement officer to help us with some breathalyzers.
And TPD is just easier, by the way, because getting these guys, these deputies over here, it's not really where they're supposed to be. So
Yeah, but-
it doesn't make sense to have them over here.
But they're right back down the street from my facility.
Well, it depends on what zone they're.
What facility is that, Chris?
That's tampa.sitmeansit.com. Sit means sit dog training.
You want to
Tampa-
get your shit to sit? Call sit.
That's right.
Tampa.sitmeansit.com. We mean it.
We were voted the best dog training organization in Tampa in
Get your
2020.
sit together. If you want to get your sit together,
Hey,
So-
Chris, do you use that?
What?
Get your sit
get
together?
Your sit together.
No.
Chris,
Come on,
No.
get your sit together.
what?
No.
That's classic.
What do you mean no?
No.
That's as like edgy and benign at once as I've ever heard in my life. That's
He's
your
running a
that's genius.
family-friendly business here.
Dan's actually listen. You should listen to this idea. Dan's a good marketer. Dan's good at a lot of things, but marketing is he's got. This
Maybe our
thing. That's a good
corporate
one.
office should listen to this.
we should.
That's a good one.
You have to talk to corporate.
Get your. You don't need to talk to corporate to say get your sit together.
That's all right. I already trademarked that. Good, it's done.
Your
Sell it
craft
to you.
beer seller.
Done.
Your
Sell you the
craft beer
rights.
seller,
Sell you the rights on that.
experience is similar to mine.
No, ours is pretty good, and we've still stuck with it. We're coming up
I'm
on
just
year
joking.
3 here, real soon.
Now, Tim, it can't be a show without you having a question. So I think
Yes. Oh,
before we close it out.
Oh,
Music, please.
oh,
Okay.
Here, wait. We got. It's my favorite though because I legit like the song. Like Dan found this song and I kind of like it. Like for real.
I'm gonna have to have him share it.
Oh, what is it?
It's I Got a Question by YG. Is it YG?
Yeah, it's YG. I'm ready when you are.
Tim's got a question.
Hold on.
Who's got a question, Timmy?
I'm ready.
I'm fading out
Joel,
for your question.
kill it, Joel. Kill it, Joel.
Yeah, that's got more body. Oh, that sounds good. Oh wait,
Got
no,
a
we're doubling.
question.
Who did that?
Okay, I
question.
paused mine.
Who's got it on their phone?
Who else
Not
is
me.
fooling around?
Chris is doing
Not
it on
me.
his.
No,
Is
no.
that me?
Not me.
I got nothing.
Not me.
It's you,
Oh, wait.
dipshit.
Who's doing that?
Okay, I got it now.
Sorry.
There we go.
Ah, yes, much
There
more.
we go.
Okay.
Got
It's
bass.
playing on your phone. That's what you're hearing. The other voice.
I got bass and body. Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Tim's got a question. Got a question.
He's
Tim's
thinking
got
of his
a
question. Hold on. Just give us
Let me
two,
warm it up. Let me warm
two
it up.
fingers up when you're ready. Okay, you're gonna do 2 fingers up when you're ready.
Why is abbreviation such a long word?
What is the longest word in the English language?
The longest word in the English language. I have no fucking idea, actually. Are we gonna say? Are we gonna do the? I think there's an answer for that, man. I can't have an answer to my question. You know.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
All right.
What's something that's invisible but you wish people could see?
I can't.
Got a question.
Farts.
What's something that's say it again?
Farts.
What's something that's invisible that you wish people could see? COVID.
Intent.
That's a good one. I like intent.
Intent.
That's a doctor's office called a practice.
All right. All right. So look, here is the longest word in the English.
Anti-dis.
Language.
Oh, stop
Oh,
it!
that's
No,
some
it's not
bullshit.
not that shit. Not the fucking scientific bullshit. You got to do the shit that's like non-scientific.
How do
Do
you
like a
even-
non-scientific. It's anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Somebody just wanted to work volcano into a word. I'm telling you, that's a
Look at
troll.
that. That's a
That's
ridiculous.
a scientific troll right there. Like,
can
watch.
do-
I'm gonna put volcano in between
they
this
do
Latin term.
Decahexa. You know, it gets crazy. You got to do like real words. And it's got the anti-dis establishmentarian is it anistic? I don't know. Anti.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism?
Is that what it is? That's what it is, right? You're making me doubt myself too.
No. All I want you to do is believe in yourself.
It's the ism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
And then look, I swear to God, one of the fucking Google results says anti-disestablishmentarianism, and then that stupid fucking word that you just had up as like the two, a supposed lung disease. It literally says that, a supposed lung disease, 45 letters, but the real, and it's ism. I'm sorry, so it's ism is the 20,
At a movie theater,
28 letters.
which armrest is mine?
All of them.
None.
Yes,
All
the answer
of
is
them.
yes.
Whoever has the biggest elbows.
At a movie theater, which armrest is mine?
You guys remember when we used to go to movie theaters?
Do coffins have lifetime guarantees?
Oh, I love that you're looking these all up.
Wait.
I just want to know. It's a question.
Dan, I got one. You ready? I posed this to my daughters. A paper towel, an empty paper towel tube. Does it have one hole or two holes?
Ooh.
One hole, two holes. And if it has two holes, doesn't every hole have two holes?
You posed this question to who?
Well,
My daughters. I heard that. They love. Oh, Ella loves this shit. I'll tell you what. My daughter Ella, she loves to confound you with some fucking.
How about this?
Some shit.
Like
Go
some
ahead, Dan.
blow your mind.
How do you handcuff a one-armed man?
his ankles.
To his
His
foot.
ankle. Yeah.
To his ankle. I saw a video of that the other day. It was rather funny.
It's almost more effective, isn't
I
it?
know. No, even with a two-arm man, go ahead and just hook him from his like one arm to his ankle, and he's good to. You're good.
What was the other one that we were talking about? Wait a minute, because it was. They were asking me. Is water wet?
Check this out, Pat, man. I'm sitting up at this.
Is water wet?
If not, what is wet?
Let's go.
Well, you're wet when the water hits you.
Thank
but
you
it's
for
water.
noticing.
Is the water wet?
Yeah, I see where they're going with this.
Mm-hmm. What's funny is you can look these things up on YouTube, and there's some great, legit.
Explanations.
No,
Here's
they're
another
not
good one.
explanations at all. There
Here's
are
another good
arguments. There are really, really
boy.
good
This
arguments.
one is for the real thinkers.
Go
You
ahead.
ready? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Yes. If it's between two pieces of bread, it's a sandwich.
There's meat in the middle.
Cheesesteak is a sandwich. A hamburger is a sandwich. It's.
Look, if I get hired to be the DJ, this is it. We're doing
This is
this.
a good one.
Here's a good interview question.
Okay.
How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
I'll allow it.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Chris,
too.
go ahead.
Allow
Chris,
it.
go ahead.
Really?
I'm going.
Really?
I won't
3
kick you out of-
allowance.
I won't
Tim?
kick you out of bed.
Listen, I like Hawaiian pizza. I'm sorry.
Tim?
I'm sorry to all the people out there who hate
I say
pineapple on
yes.
pizza.
Crush it.
Yes.
Are we talking about Hawaiian pizza?
Yes.
Smash it or
offset
trash
by-
it?
Oh yeah,
Smash
smash
or
it. I'm
trash
sorry.
it?
God, I suck. Smash it.
Smash it. Pineapples on pizza. Smash
Yeah.
it.
Smash.
Denny's a
Conflicted
smash.
here.
I'm not
Denny-
a smash.
no,
No,
Denny's not.
I'm
I don't
not a
hate it.
smash. I can eat it. I just don't. That's not my first choice.
Yeah.
What's your first choice?
But the salty ham offsets the sweet, really.
All right. What's your first choice on pizza? And then I think we should just start.
My first choice on pizza is
This is
Wind
a
it
good. This,
down.
by the way, this is a good personality question. Seriously. Okay.
I'm
you
definitely
get, Denny,
no pineapple on pizza guy.
Denny,
I just,
personal.
put that out there.
Ready? Personal pie. It's yours. What do you get?
well, the choice that I choose every time I get pizza is from Flying Pie Pizza here in local Boise. It's
Shout
called
out.
the Contest Combo. It's got meat, more meat with some onions and peppers and olives.
What was that
Grilled
place
that.
called?
salami,
Flying Pie
sausage.
Pizzeria, right?
Yeah, Flying Pie Pizzeria. It's called the Contest Combo. That's my favorite.
I'm usually all over the. I'm definitely onions and peppers. Definitely green bell. Usually with the I would have a banana pepper on there too, and then either ham or bacon, one or the other. I don't like kind of the meat. I need like that nice salty hit, right? The savory salty hit with the veg thing, and it's and even mushrooms. Actually, I've been adding mushrooms.
Yes,
a lot lately.
Everything.
Chicken too, man.
Bacon
Such a
and
fun
mushrooms.
The old,
Yeah,
the older I get, as an old man, I can attest to the fact that I really enjoy mushrooms a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I really do.
Check
They're
my
good.
record.
I
was making a pizza.
Boy.
All right,
Making a
guys.
pizza, officer.
That's it. Oh, I see the blue light behind me. Okay, gotta go, guys. Have a great night. All right, take it easy.
High five. Yeah, see you
And
later.
all right, guys.
was
Cheers
it.
to
That was
everybody.
Love-
Later.
See you in a
Love
couple
Pete.
weeks.
Dan's out.
Love
Yeah,
pizza
yeah.
hair grease.
Yeah. All right, guys. Cheers.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers,
Peace.
guys.
Later.
See you later.
Thank you.